Braving the cold this morning. It was slightly chilly out here from about 4 o'clock when we arrived. Many still coming in queue, and as you can see here towards my left, there are the queues. Voting is underway here in Bekkersdal, despite the many challenges that you allude to, including the torching of some of the tents. Well, the IEC moved quite speedily to replace some of those tents. This is one of the tents that has been replaced. I'm sure you can see here towards my right, people really ready at the moment to come and vote. Voting got underway, just slightly delayed though, as the IEC was trying to set up the tents, say at about 7:30. That's when voting got underway at this polling station. And just a few minutes ago, we had State Security Minister Bekkersdal, who was here to come and look at some of these polling stations, and he of course expressed concern about the incidents that plagued this area last night, but says he's confident that the police at the moment will be able to deal with the situation. But to chat to me a bit now from the Independent Electoral Commission is the Provincial Electoral Officer, Masigo Shiburi. Mr. Shiburi, come through and join us, please. Thank you very much for your time. Mr. Shiburi, a bit of a delay this morning at some of the voting stations because of some of them were torched last night, but you've resolved that?
Yeah, thank you very much. We've opened all our stations now. All our 12 stations in Bekkersdal have opened. We've had challenges in one where we had to replace a tent. The tent has been pitched, and by 7:30 we are operational. I think the striking thing about these elections is the resilience of the people of Bekkersdal. In spite of challenges that we experienced this morning, people had already formed into queues by 6 o'clock in the morning, resilient that they want to vote, and we have been able to put in structures for them so that they could decide the future of their country.
Are you at all concerned that perhaps due to the incidents of last night, others might feel intimidated to come and vote? Yes, we see the lines, but we have spoken to a few people who are quite skeptical, who say they're a bit scared to come out and stand in these queues.
I think we should take a broader view. The elections don't only happen at these facilities here, they happen in communities. We have assurances from the police that they are stepping up their deployment in communities, and if people feel safe in those communities, it will encourage people to come out and vote. Certainly in areas around the voting stations, we have a lot of presence of police personnel. The issue now is that if police can get into communities, be visible so that people can get a sense that it's even safe to walk onto the street, so that they could come out and vote in their numbers.
When we spoke to the State Security Minister, you were there as well, and perhaps in the event of any further violence, are there plans, have you had talks with the police to bring in more enforcement? I know that there's 6 police officers allowed at each of the polling stations as it stands.
A standard operating process is that we'll have 6 members of police at a voting station that is classified as high risk. But because of the nuanced situation in Bekkersdal, we have even more than that. We have static, we have also members on patrol. The State Security Minister has assured us that if in the event that the huge numbers that are already deployed here prove to be inadequate, they will be able at short notice to supplement those numbers.
Can I vote here in Bekkersdal?
You certainly may, but I prefer that you vote at the place where you are registered.
I'm just kidding. Thank you very much for your time there. The Provincial Electoral Officer, Masigo Shiburi, giving us the latest about all the plans that have been put in place to ensure that voting does continue here in Bekkersdal. I tell you, the police presence still very strong, as well as the army patrolling at the stage. Back to you in studio.